as she turned to her friends, but her joy was abruptly shattered. Her father's voice boomed out her name in horror,
Tenny!
followed by the deafening sound of rapid gunfire. The peaceful atmosphere was instantly destroyed, sending shock waves through the gathering. Pandemonium erupted in an instant, transforming the serene atmosphere into chaos. Screams filled the air as tables were overturned, their contents scattering everywhere. The once peaceful gathering was now a war zone, with gunfire exchanging rapid shots. Tenny's bodyguards swiftly moved in, their faces set with determination as they ushered her towards the exit. As they pushed through the crowd, Tenny tried to turn back, her heart racing with worry for her father's safety. She wanted to see if he was okay, if he was safe, but her bodyguards wouldn't let her. They moved with a sense of urgency, shielding her from the chaos as people stumbled and fell over each other in their desperation to escape. The passageway was a sea of panicked faces, everyone fighting to get out. Tenny's world was crashing down around her, and she couldn't help but wonder if coming to the burial had been a mistake. The bad blood between her father and the deceased had always been palpable, and now it seemed that their presence had ignited a powder keg of violence. As she was dragged further away from the chaos, Tenny's mind reeled with fear and uncertainty. As she prepared to enter her car, her guards by her side, a loud thud and crash shattered the air. Tenny's head spun around, her eyes scanning the rooftop of the event center to see what had fallen. Her heart plummeted as she took in the horrific sight. Her father's bloodied body lay motionless on the shattered car below. Horror gripped her, and she watched in stunned silence, her voice suddenly bursting forth in a desperate cry. "Daddy! Daddy!" She screamed, wrenching herself free from her guard's grasp. She ran to strain against the iron fence that separated the outer park from the event center, her arms stretching through the bars as if she could reach her father, as if she could somehow reverse the tragedy. Her body squeezed through the fence, her frame wedged between the bars as she screamed uncontrollably, her mind refusing to accept the reality of the situation. She wished it was all just a nightmare, a terrible dream from which she would soon awaken. But the brutal truth was inescapable. Her father's blood was flowing all over the car. He's gone, and Tenny's world was shattered. But in the midst of her anguish, a devastating truth struck her with the force of a sledgehammer. Her lover, Obalola, was involved. The memory of him standing on the rooftop, gazing down at her father with an unreadable expression, seared itself into her mind. And beside him, a small-statured man in traditional Yoruba attire, his face obscured from view. The realization was like a punch to the gut, leaving her breathless and reeling. Her mind went numb with shock and heartbreak as she struggled to process the enormity of Obalola's betrayal. As she stood frozen in horror, one of Kazim's men rushed in, grabbing her and dragging her away from the scene. Her body moved on autopilot, her gaze fixed on the spot where her father lay unconscious, as if mesmerized by the tragedy unfolding before her eyes. The world around her blurred into a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds as she was pulled away, her emotions raw and tumultuous. The betrayal and shock collided within her, leaving her in a state of surreal numbness. Tiny screams dissolved into silence, but the echoes of her anguish lingered, replaced by the haunting whispers of her own despairing thoughts. She was imprisoned in a living nightmare, tormented by the indelible memory of her father's fall, and his gushing blood forever seared into her mind like a branding iron.